to the Ultimate Fantasy Locker Room, and we are back at full force, full strength after 2 much-needed vacations by me and Marcus. I mean, I'm feeling refreshed, brand new. What about you?
Wow, we're at the most viral right here.
We are
Oh, God.
Fully torqued now.
Shot out of a cannon.
All 4 Infinity Stones.
1 minute in.
I feel the same. How are you guys feeling?
Tired as shit.
Don't all speak at once, right?
You know, I was traveling till late last night, so we flew through Philadelphia, actually.
Lifestyles of the rich and famous.
Yeah, that's not what I thought when I was flying through Philadelphia at
the prices on flights
night.
right now.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, but no, just a drop in a bucket.
I like how you point to him like he's like
his fault.
He knows all of Philly.
Yeah, it's my
flew
fault.
into Philadelphia. Philadelphia is like its own fucking country.
How much
For
round trip?
Honest to God, like normally you can fly in and out of Philly for like $250.
Yeah, shit show.
Go Birds.
$450 to $550 right now.
Round trip.
Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't make a dent, did it?
I mean, I did. I felt the dent. I did. I felt the dent.
You're cheap.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm cheap. That's
Sounds
true.
wrong.
Yeah.
But grand scheme, I'm sorry.
Why'd you go to Philly?
Well, we
You're going through
went to
Philly.
Rochester.
He had to bury something.
I was looking for a body.
Why didn't you fly into New York?
Well, so this was actually the cheapest flights we can find.
Yeah.
Well, where did the Rochester? Like $565. You're like for $15, Trish, we're driving from Philly to New York.
So it was really bad because we were flying on the way there. We were flying in, and they kept pushing back our flight. That's the other thing. You could pay a lot of money, and they keep.
Yeah, it's horseshit.
yeah.
I don't give a
They
shit
should
about
refund you every time they push you back.
So I almost had to rent a car in Philly and drive to Rochester
Jeez.
because we almost missed our connecting flight.
Wow. What about you? How was your little?
Nightmare.
My hiatus.
Let's keep this short.
It was painful, man.
Yeah.
Went back to Jersey. I went back to Jersey fully expecting to gain like 20 pounds, eating all the good food. Fucking lost 5, man. We got up there. Our house was a complete goddamn disaster. I had to shell out
Whose fault is
a
that?
lot of money out of pocket to repair everything that my renters disheveled in my house.
Started smoking cigarettes. After
And as a
that
matter of
shit.
fact, like I still have 2 different contractors in there for different things that won't finish up until this weekend. And I won't even get the house on the market till next week.
Yeah.
And I might end up missing the goddamn window because of it.
Yeah.
So I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I'm hurt.
What are you
I'm
gonna
tired.
list? What are you gonna list your house at?
These are champagne problems.
So that one's for
both of you guys.
We're listing that one between like 280 and 300.
So between the sell the last house and to sell this house,
He's
you'll
close
clear
to
like
$1 million.
bucks.
Close to it.
No, I'm not.
So
I'm
we're not
like-
gonna. I mean,
It's like $250,000, which I mean,
no.
What?
The last house you had.
Last house was like
600.
470, 550, right?
dude, I didn't own the house outright. I had to pay back what I owed.
I mean, you got some money coming. Is all I'm saying.
Just sell that championship ring.
And you ain't going hungry.
yeah, I don't
For
like
sure.
how, I don't
Just
like how you
pawn
guys
that.
threw that in the
5
toilet.
pounds- 5
This
pounds my
represents
ass.
the hard work of little children, and you guys threw it in the toilet.
Hey, tell it to Nike. Tell it to Nike.
All right, so before we have a bunch of stuff. We're going to talk about Deshaun Watson settling his cases. We're going to talk about NFL and sports teams' logos in general. Do they need to be changed? Is it necessary? We got Ass of the Week, the PGA Tour. We're going to talk about our class of the week, which is a certain NBA star called Dejounte Murray. We're going to talk about the NHL and our trip to the Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
It's a lot of fun.
But
Is that J Hart or is it silent? Is
Dejounte.
it Dejounte
Dejounte.
or is it Deontay?
Yeah,
no, I think it's Dejounte. That's how I hear it.
We missed you, Mark.
Yeah. But before that, let's get into our comments from the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, so if you watch the show, please comment on any of our social media platforms or on this video, and you might get a shout out depending on if you said something funny, if you backed us up, if you said something stupid. So
Yeah,
Can't
you might
imagine.
get. Yeah, you probably get a comment there too.
I can only imagine a lot of these comments are how much people missed me for the last few weeks.
there is actually one, and I was going to start with this one, but you just segued into this one. So ZUNTZMB on TikTok.
I swear to God, if it says "Where's the fat guy," I'm gonna fucking
No.
explode.
This is actually a TikTok from a while ago about you saying Lovie Smith is the best new NFL coaching hire. And we're talking about how they might, actually put a few wins together as a team, et cetera. So he said, or they said, the Texans are going to shock the world just like the Bengals did. I believe in Mills and Lovie Smith.
Nice.
So you got a Texan supporter there.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you were also talking about how the Texans are low key, like an underrated team.
Yeah, in fact, I think I said it, and then he just hopped on the.
No, that's bullshit.
I don't know the timing order, but you called the shot that he was the best hire of the offseason, and then I think maybe a week later,
No
something
bias.
like that.
No bias.
Yeah.
Choo choo.
Why? Lovey spurned us.
He spermed you?
He's spurned with an N.
Oh.
Wow.
What?
Spurn? Like he spurned us. Not with an N.
Moving on.
I'm
He
still trying
said
to put it together.
spurmed.
I
Like
thought
with an
you said
M.
it. I thought you said it.
Sorry. Just trying to
The second comment is from T Spencer 24 on TikTok as well.
Nice name.
We were talking about Kyler Murray for some reason. I forget what it was. We talk about him often.
Because
And
he's soft.
someone was saying, I think it was Lewis that said that he reminds him of Prince, and then you said
Lil
he reminds
Pepper.
him of Lil Pepper.
Little
But
Peppa.
this comment says,
This guy's an idiot. I remember the comment.
Kyler Murray looks
No,
like
this
a
is
Williams
somebody else.
sister.
Oh, okay.
yeah, this is just a little correction. It's a little sweet.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
little sweet.
Yeah, but they said that we were hilarious for it.
There you
So,
go.
Yeah, we were. That
It's a
was
little
actually
sweet.
a real. Yeah, that was a good little
It
segment.
is a little sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it good? I don't know. I didn't watch the show.
You don't watch this.
He's one of our biggest supporters.
The last and final comment is from Jack1228. Thank you, Jack, for this comment. I posted over the weekend. I was bored, so I made a TikTok about
Of course.
how I said that the Steelers were a playoff team.
It's all about
And
you.
I got roasted by thousands of people on TikTok. And
Rightfully
I actually got a lot of support.
I just don't understand why people are. They made the playoffs last year with a half of a quarterback.
Exactly. And they got better. They have a defensive
Well,
player
now
of
they
the
have,
year.
now they have a quarter of a quarterback.
Trubisky is better than Roethlisberger was last year.
Yeah.
Why do we have 4 number 4s up there? Just PS.
Because that's how we get. That's how we give it up.
They can.
I don't know.
The viewers and especially the listeners, if you're listening on like Apple Podcasts or Spotify, we have a board behind the camera, and it's like how we're gonna go through the show, and we have 3 number 4s. So we're supposed to talk about. Wait, I said that wrong.
No,
4 number 4s.
So the number 4s are actually the placement of the sound drops, and not,
Oh.
and that's why Mark effed up the sound drops and
Pulling the
There
curtain
you
back.
go.
And-
you did that to yourself.
and erased.
You
a
just brought
sound,
that up.
Negative.
which is impossible to erase a sound.
Pretty sure I made a clip on that.
Shit.
I think I made a clip.
A monkey couldn't erase a sound, but Mark did.
So
He's an orangutan.
to finish
With that
to finish this comment up,
pink ass.
I got a lot of support for the Steelers actually being a good team, and then somebody said you dropped this, and they put the little crown emoji. So thank you to all the kings out there and I dropped my crown. So thank you, boys.
Thanks, guys.
Again, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was cool. Let's get into our first section. God damn it. You can't wait for it.
Pressing issues. What's the issue? If there's issues, we're gonna press them.
Yeah.
Come on down. Hey, baby, ready. Mark missed that, I could tell. Mark, you missed that, didn't you?
A little bit. But I think he's like right now it's one of those what is it, the Brian song where he's like, this is the last week that he's got with the board, so he wants to hit everything real
Well,
quick. He wants
you
to
know
do one
what?
with it because we're about to switch the board out.
I want Mark to do the board.
No, we
no,
we
No,
don't.
I do. I
I
really
don't,
want
though.
Mark, or I want Zach, because Zach's he's talking some.
And he talks some shit too.
He does.
right?
Yeah, I want Zach to do the
About
board.
what?
I just think he's getting a little sure of himself. I want to see these
Give me
guys
an
control the
example.
board.
Bring him back down to earth, right?
Yeah.
I get it.
I'm
The only
confused.
guy that I trust with the board.
Put him on the pitcher's
I think,
mound. And
I
I
had
think
a-
Phil could do the board.
I had
I
a
could do the
podcast
board. I
before
do the
this,
board
guys.
all day, all night.
Phil couldn't do the board.
I
Phil
can't do
can't
the
even
board.
do his soundboard on his phone.
I created,
His drops
edited,
are
and
the worst
uploaded
as
a
he
podcast
fumbles
before
through it.
this.
There you go.
So, but you did it on like this is a complex board, Zach.
That's incredible. That's your saying.
What
this
is
about me
complex?
right now.
Because
No, I'm saying it's and the new board we have.
It's even more complex.
Why do we have a new board?
lots
First
of lots of colors and buttons.
Wait,
Why do we have a new
We have a
board?
new board because Zach punted the last.
Okay,
so,
but it wasn't
Zach-
recorded. But you did the same thing.
after it was broke.
But I
I
mean,
mean,
if a guy can't
make it
walk
worse.
4 steps and now he wants to
yeah, that's
run
true.
a board.
funny enough,
it's-
on my old podcast, I actually have a clip of me tripping over a mic too, and
There you go.
yeah, but I didn't break that though.
good lord.
I'm just saying. Okay, what's our first pressing issue? And this guy's come up a lot. I'm tired of talking about.
Yeah, I'm not tired
yeah,
of
of
talking
course you
about
are
him.
because he's guilty now. That's why you're tired.
Look at that hairline.
You just committed a ton of money.
That's
to
what
him.
stress will do to your hairline right there, boys.
Watson settles. As of this
Today,
recording, 20 out of the 24 women he settles with. We don't know the financial
That's a
details.
good shooting percentage.
Maybe he's like you. Maybe he just wants this shit to go away.
Oh no, yeah. This is what's going to come tomorrow. What's going to come out is
Ciao.
I'm innocent. I just want it to go away. That's the next comment he's going to make.
Yeah, I believe him.
How would you spin it though? You wouldn't spin it that way if you were PR
he has
for
no
the
choice,
team. Exactly.
no choice but to spin it.
But you were texting us the other
His
day
hands are
talking
tied.
about the.
Some of the women are suspect.
Well, I forgot what was it. What one of the
women
investigators said.
Yeah, one of the women are being investigated.
Not that. I'm talking about the investigator saying that he knew that the girl, like, I forgot what the this is bad.
I can't help you.
It's that she knew what he wanted without him saying anything.
Yes. One of the women said that he did not ask her to do anything, that she knew what he wanted, which is unfair. I mean, it is unfair.
But I thought the investigator was saying that.
Yes, that
not that the woman said it.
No, the woman had told her
Yeah.
in the question and answer that he never directly asked her to do anything.
Yeah.
But that she inferred that that's what he wanted her to do.
But how would she know that?
Right. Exactly.
Can the NFL make us like suspend Watson even if he's cleared up all his civil cases?
Yeah. In fact, they said that the NFL's come out and said this has nothing to do with the suspension. But what do you guys think? What happens next?
Well, first off, the lawyer that took on that woman's case with the insinuation, like that dude must be like hard up for cases, first off. Because how can you say, well, I knew what he meant even though he didn't say it. So now we can prove people guilty. Like this is a country where you're innocent until proven guilty. Now, if you take insinuation into it, like have we gone that far? Have we gone that far down the line where it's like, Rocky, I know what you're going to say next, and before you do it, fuck you for doing it. Like it's seriously, it's bullshit, man. And the lawyer that took that on, shame on you.
Listen,
you should lose your goddamn license.
We're there. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying we're there, and that's how really they're running this case like a class action lawsuit. So the more people you have.
Well, I said that from the beginning.
Yeah, the greater. So it doesn't like several of these women prior to this case had already been investigated by the FBI for extortion.
Yeah.
So some of the cases that are brought are kind of already suspect. The women are suspect.
But I'll ask you a question, because I think if this was the other way around,
yes,
like does not those women being in the pool of women taint the case on their side?
Yes.
Like if we went and say Deshaun Watson had somebody say something about him in college, we would be factoring that in and using it as a judgment for what he's being accused of now. Sure. How does that not work? If it's a class action lawsuit or if they're treating it like that, then, it goes both ways. If you have all upstanding witnesses, makes the case stronger. If you have a few of the stragglers, does it not hurt the...
But now what you do is now you're
on the other women in the case. It has to.
Now
you got to call them into question. Just because they haven't been accused of it yet, you can still... But the lawyer took them on as well.
But now you have the naysayers, right? The naysayers are going to say, well, even though the FBI ruled these women out, and now they're all of a sudden back into the case, and now he's paying them out. Now the FBI didn't do their due diligence in weeding these women out. They went on, false accusations and bullshit.
I mean, the reality.
Now they're allowed back in the case.
I mean, the reality is, even off the facts that we know.
Yeah.
He's admitted
that he wanted to have sex with them.
Well, no, he's admitted to having had sex with at least 3. He's admitted
I still don't think that's a
well, it's maybe not against the law, but it's probably
it's definitely not against the law.
As Rusty Harden said.
Yeah.
It's not a crime.
Yeah. But I think it's not how any NFL team would want their
messy
leader to act.
Dude, have you not heard of a guy named Joe Namath?
Come on.
That was back in the 60s.
But I'm saying it's a dude that he was a womanizer.
It's a different time.
I get that. But we're also, you're saying that he's had sex with 3 of them. And like Phil's saying, that's not a crime.
The mistake now, take ethics out of it. The mistake he made was doing this with women that were
on the clock,
performing a professional act or whatever, like somebody that was being paid to be there, all that jazz. If he was just picking up women in the club every night or hitting girls up on Instagram to come hang out with him,
it was a lazy
nobody would think
way
twice about it. Yes,
it was a lazy way. Yes, because I think you're right. It was a lazy way. He went as far as to get NDAs.
Yeah,
that's a
so
thing.
it just it looks skeevy.
It does. No, it is skeevy.
It's skeevy.
It's skeeved. It's super skeeved.
It puts extra pressure on the Browns.
Yeah. And so to me, this is what I see because, first of all, he said he was not going to settle.
But the women that did it are skeevy too.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All of them?
Wait, how about
We don't know.
That's it.
We don't know. But
Because
we do know.
I think that there were some really great women
But you don't know that.
that
though.
were clearly but I think you can infer that out
why?
of that
now
many
you
women,
sound like the woman in his
I'm not saying they're
accusation.
not. I'm saying if you're
You
judging
can
it off,
infer.
there was some there that already have this in the past.
Now you're justifying her arguments.
just by the basis of numbers, if you're going to say that there are some that are on the average, probably taking advantage of this
Are
situation.
you saying that for a fact though? Not
You're
on
saying
average.
that there are probably some on the average that are really good people that just got caught into
I
this.
don't know.
Let me throw this at you. Maybe he took the lazy way out because he's spending so much time on the football field trying to perfect his skill that he didn't have
This is
time to go on
No, that's
Tinder and
this is what I-
farmersonly.com, and he went to massage clubs and stuff.
this is what I think happened. I think that he got too close
to the sun.
to hurting the NFL.
I was about to say it.
So yeah, I know this was I kind of loaded into.
No, he wanted to trade from the Texans, and they
yes,
did
they
did.
they blacklisted him. This all came out.
Yeah.
I think what happened is Busby was smart in saying, I'm going to continue to bring up stuff every week until something breaks. I think what finally broke is when he brought up enough stuff to where the NFL Players Union said, let us tell you how we're going to fight this. We're going to fight this because we're going to go back to the owner's clause that says the owners bear the responsibility to being ethically even more responsible than the players. And we're going to bring up what you didn't do against Jerry Jones, against Daniel Snyder, against John Gruden, against
Robert Kraft.
against.
Yeah.
And they got scared, and I think they went to Haslam and said, settle. Get your guy to settle.
Yeah.
I think they may even have kicked in some of the money from to settle. I think he got too close, and I think they're making him settle.
It's probably true.
And I think what's going to happen is they're
Robert
gonna
Kraft was getting jacked off for sure.
here in Florida.
Yeah.
In a massage parlor. It wasn't
right.
even like a home
That's
massage.
right. Yeah. He didn't even have the decency to get an NDA.
No, he didn't even have a decency to wait until the Super Bowl ended before he got that.
I think what's going to happen is I think he gets suspended for a year, but the players union gets it.
I don't think
Down
he
to
gets suspended
negotiate.
for a year.
Well, I think they
maybe
will for
negotiate down.
appearances.
I
but
think he'll
it'll
mix
get
8
negotiated
games.
down.
That's what I think.
Well, I
8
saw
games.
something that was pretty interesting too, and I don't know how you guys. I don't even know how I feel about it, but everyone was talking about when Calvin Ridley got suspended for the entire year for betting $1,500.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Right.
and everyone's saying, oh, like this much for only this like quote unquote crime, I guess you can call it.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone's asking like, where's the Adrian Peterson that, and where's the
It's a
Kareem Hunt
mess.
that? But now here's an example.
It's a mess.
Here's an example of what they could do in a more serious allegation or quote unquote crime, whatever you want to call it. So I kind of want to leave that to you guys. I don't know.
But it's a mess. I mean, Big Ben raped a girl in a bar and got 8 games.
Allegedly, or was it?
Allegedly, but same thing as this.
I just don't want to be super inflammatory.
No,
if it's
yeah.
alleged.
Allegedly.
A girl or multiple girls?
Well, I don't know, but allegedly.
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 Yeah,
Allegedly.
but you agree that rape is different than what took place here.
But if he wasn't found, was he found guilty of the rape?
He was not.
So if he's not, then he's being punished for questionable decisions, not rape.
Same as here, right?
Here, yeah, but the Calvin Ridley thing actually
It's
happened,
different. 100%.
and it affects the game,
I can see
the
the difference.
integrity of the game.
I can see the difference.
I'm just saying that the NFL's a mess. Like they've got to figure out their penalties. They got to figure out their
Yeah,
you
well,
know.
they've been on the back foot since the Ray Rice thing.
Well, and I'm going to go on record to say, as a Browns fan, I'm uncomfortable with this man being our quarterback. I'm uncomfortable.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm
with
going to make you
this.
live by your word, because if they go to the playoffs and they start winning, I don't want to hear you rooting. I
Listen.
want to see you watching.
Listen, the Browns.
I don't want to see it.
Listen, the Browns fan in me is
What's
going
his
to
name?
root for the Browns. It is.
You know what?
Listen, 50 years of wanting the Browns to win.
All right,
If
so
they
they don't. I mean,
The NFL is a goddamn hypocrisy to begin with, right? So can we just
the world is.
the reason
world is.
the reason why I love fantasy football is because I get to distance myself from all that bullshit and only
I
care
wish you
about
would
like
distance
scenarios.
yourself from us
You know, the Ray Rice thing. You said they've been backpedaling since the Ray Rice thing, right? Or
'Cause they
they've been
screwed that
backpedal-
up.
right? But they also fucked up Kareem Hunt. They also fucked up Joe
I don't
Mixon.
think they fucked up Kareem Hunt.
What, he was out of football for a year? Ray Rice's career ended at the height
He
of his
wasn't
career.
suspended though.
Who?
Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt was suspended.
Not for a year.
It was multiple games. It was close to a year. It might have been 10
No,
games.
he just got cut.
No. He was suspended. He
He
couldn't
wasn't.
play
I
for a
know, but
while.
it wasn't for a
I
long
just
time.
think we like.
And then
to
Joe
me,
Mixon did that shit in college,
Yeah.
and they covered it up in college. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Just like,
Well, the school's gonna cover it
well,
up.
I mean,
you know that.
So if we're gonna talk about allegations, right? Like Peyton Manning at Tennessee with that alleged rape, with and that's America's darling, right? America's big four-headed darling. And then you have like Jameis Winston, and
It's a
God, if we
mess.
ever make
It's a
it big,
mess.
it sucks because I like.
Yeah, I
Peyton
know,
Manning,
but
and now he's
I
gonna hate
just
me.
it's here's the thing. This is why I always pushed back against the Deshaun Watson thing, because the truth is in this country we're getting deep here, but the moment a woman says something, she should be listened to and all that. But it go once you hear that word rape, who says what rape is? There, I'm sure there's situations where people.
Well, I don't think that word is being used, right?
Well, no, not for this, but he was bringing up the Peyton Manning thing, the Ben Roethlisberger thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
we don't
there's
know what
so
is
much
what.
gray area,
Yeah.
and that's why I hate
because you don't
like,
know what happens.
But I just feel like, but this isn't gray area. I mean,
think it is.
He should have known.
I don't know, man. Kanye sings about this.
About what?
Take my money.
Oh
When I'm in
boy,
need. Yeah, she's a shiesty.
You don't get.
friend indeed.
Oh, she's
You're a gold digger. Well,
me.
time.
Digs on me. Dum, bum, bum.
You get right.
You're gonna turn off the board that
Oh yeah.
Zach broke. How about we go?
Let's move to our next pressing issue, which is Gronk. We
The
did
warrior. The warrior retires.
You guys,
Well,
you guys almost harmonized on that. It
we
got
did a
there,
little
like,
bit.
Towards the end, it was
What-
just about there. And then
Do
you
you guys
both stopped
Do you guys
You guys
believe he's
believe
actually
that-
retired?
because you got
Retired?
short of breath.
You ever seen that Fred Armisen?
Yeah, he's probably done now though. I
Yeah,
think.
You don't
he's-
think he comes back for the
No.
playoffs?
No.
Well, maybe.
Let me throw this out there.
That's such a. There's no point. Retiring is going to start.
There is a
becoming
point.
Like
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what I mean is like retiring is going to start to become less of a significant thing.
I don't think so. I think because it only applies to this situation when you have a guy like Tom Brady who can just tell
Yeah.
I want Gronk back. Let's bring him back.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to do that all over the NFL.
What I'm saying is like I think it's more like a boy cried wolf. Like if someone retires, you can't
Well,
like
Brett
you can't-
Favre killed that for everybody.
Yeah, but I mean Tom Brady did it like this offseason. Like
Yeah.
you,
But he's Tom Brady,
but
make
that
like
was
a-
because of the Bruce Arians thing.
all I'm saying is that if someone retires,
allegedly.
allegedly, if someone retires, you can't really be like, okay, this is what I think. Here's the parade for it.
Right.
Here's like the flowers. You have to wait until they're really
Well,
retired.
I mean, shit. Drew Brees is making a comeback. Apparently,
That's what I'm saying. That's
You know?
exactly what I'm
And
saying.
Gronk is only 33.
Yeah.
So I don't think
Retiring
Gronk
is not what it
serious.
used to be.
So is he the greatest tight end of all time?
Not
Rocky,
to me.
you're the expert.
Not to me.
No.
He is the
Who is-
most accomplished tight end of all time. What is that? Most accomplished tight end.
What do you
of all
think?
time.
Moet.
Moet?
I
No,
think he is the best of all time.
I think he is the best of all time. I think it was cut short by injuries. Like I do think
Yeah,
that
his back.
he's been.
You're next.
I think Tony Gonzalez would wiggle his middle finger right in front of your face
I
to
don't
call
think he's- I don't think
Gronkowski
he's
the greatest
better.
tight end of all time.
Well,
what?
and-
Tony, all right, so are we talking just like strictly dominant tight ends? Because if we are, Tony Gonzalez, nobody went over the middle, nobody high pointed the ball, nobody ran open routes more than Tony Gonzalez did.
Yeah.
I get Gronk, and he did it with, for the most part of his career, like shitty wide receivers. So I mean, he did it, he mismatched, but Gronk is kind of like the Shaquille O'Neal of tight ends. He's much bigger than most tight ends.
Who's
but
in your
Tony
top
Gonzalez,
five? Who's in your top?
Well,
he's in my top five.
Well, I was about to say the only difference with Tony Gonzalez,
That dude was a beast.
but he had the benefit of coming into the league at a time where tight ends weren't focused on either side of the ball,
Yeah.
and defenses teams weren't drafting the types of safeties that could cover these tight ends. They had to adjust to Tony Gonzalez in that time.
Dude, but Tony Gonzalez also played with guys like Todd Blackledge and shit at quarterback. Like
I know,
Tony Gonzalez really never had.
I'm just saying he's a guy that kind of, it's like learning to defend the 3.
Zach, what do you think?
It was a guy that people had to adjust to him, and they were maybe a few years
he's
late.
He's going to pull out Zach Ertz out of his ass right
No,
now.
me?
Watch.
No. I would love to. but no.
Dallas Goedert.
No.
Sorry.
You're talking top
So
5?
let's do top 4, and then the 5th one, our favorite tight end. Can we do that? That sounds fun.
But see, I don't know my order though. I need stats in front of me.
Just give the top 4. You don't have to put them in order.
No,
just
yeah,
give
you
us
gotta put
4.
them in
Tony
order.
Gonzalez, Gronkowski. I'm putting Kelsey up there. I kind of want to put Shannon Sharp.
Kind of. Shannon Sharp is 100% top
I like
5
Shannon
tight
Sharp.
ends.
All right, let me hear yours. What's your 5th? Your favorite tight end of all time?
My favorite tight end is gonna be Zach Ertz.
All right, there you go.
But that's not. I wouldn't put him in the top 5.
No, I'm saying I just wanted to hear your favorite.
I would go Antonio Gates top 5.
Okay.
So 100%. So Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gage, Shannon Sharp, Kellen Winslow Sr. And I'd probably slide Gronk in there at 5.
Oh, so you went in order. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I definitely go Gronk.
Honorable mention. No, go.
Well, give your favorite. Give your favorite as well. Who's your favorite tight end
You had
of all
to
time?
wait for him to
My
start.
favorite of all time, Tony Gonzalez.
Okay. I'll say Gronk.
Eric Swoop.
I'll say Antonio Gates, Tony Gonzalez.
Mike Ditka at all? Anyone?
No.
I think it's very accomplished as a
It's
tight
just a
end.
different era.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't hold up. It's like it's
That's like
nothing
calling
against him.
Otto
I'll go
Graham the
Jason
greatest
Witten.
quarterback of all time.
Well, but his stats actually hold up, surprisingly.
Who's?
Otto Graham's.
So did Mike Dick's.
And who's my 5th? I said Gonzalez. Who did I say? Gonzalez, Gates, Gronk, and who did I just say?
You just said Witten.
Jason Witten.
I like that pick. I like Witten up
What
there.
do you mean no? He played for like 17 years.
Witten's a fucking bum.
I mean, I hate him, but
Yeah, I would go.
I'm
reminds
not
me of
done.
like a-
Can I finish?
Well, no,
Shit.
I don't think you can.
You got one?
No, I don't know.
He reminds me of like a wet blanket. And he sucks at commentating too.
And he retired
He
and
does suck.
unretired.
Greg Olson, is he on there at all?
No,
No.
I mean, he had his streak of a couple good years, but
Oh man, I'll go Kelsey because I think he'll wind up being there. And then my favorite of all time, Mark Bavaro.
Is my honorable mention right there. I knew you were gonna. That's why I
my
left
guy.
it because I knew you were gonna mention him as your favorite. But Mark Bavaro is definitely.
Bavaro is somebody that you definitely would want to go grab a beer with.
I think Bavaro could
Yeah,
crack like a top 15, 20 tight ends of all time.
I'll start with my favorite because he had a good career in an era where there weren't a lot of great tight ends, and then he had an amazing second career as an NFL exec, and that's Ozzie Newsome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a great guy. Won several Super Bowls with the Ravens.
That's a good one.
I think Kellen is a good pick. I think Gonzalez. I do think Gronk is there. I do think Gates is there. My favorite is Kelsey. He's a Cleveland boy, and I think that he came with low expectations into the league, and so I just think he really, there just weren't expectations for him.
He'll finish with the best numbers probably.
Yeah.
He's already finished as like what, a top in the last 3 years. He's had the most reception yards over wide receivers.
and he doesn't
tight ends.
seem like Gates at the end was trailing down.
Yes.
It's like
Was he though?
He kind of was. Yeah,
he was.
It's only because they limited his snaps.
Touchdowns were
He was getting
there, but
He was getting hurt.
He was getting hurt. It's like Jimmy Graham.
That's what I was going to say.
Jimmy Graham-
one guy who's you're talking about one of the guys that was probably going to be the most dominant tight end of all time.
He fell off.
and
Yeah.
he just totally
Yeah.
he fell
Yeah.
off.
How
that
many
was
did you get
trading,
through
too.
so far?
Kelsey
Just two?
hasn't. So I got Gonzalez, Winslow, Gates.
I totally
Gronk,
wasn't listening to you.
How a
Sorry.
Philly fan doesn't name Keith Jackson is beyond me.
Keith Jackson.
Who's your
Ohio
favorite?
State.
I wasn't even.
My favorite.
Don't matter.
is Ozzie
Watch
Newsome.
the film.
Ozzie
God
Newsome?
damn it.
You really weren't listening.
Nah, Ertz wins.
No,
the
I
Super
was
Bowl.
reading the text. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Anyways,
Anybody
that's-
else love
Not
watching
that
Jeremy
sorry,
Shockey
but
though?
sure.
I did.
I
like,
love Jeremy
Showed a
Shockey.
lot,
But-
man. On and
yeah.
off the field.
I liked
You know-
him, but I hate the U.
I love the what I hated. I'm tainted because
Your taint.
well, no, him and Tiki Bar were two guys that when they left the Giants, right,
yeah.
talked shit about the Giants.
Well, because it's the Giants, so because it's for me.
See, yeah.
I have more respect
Go ahead,
for them.
Pile on. But after he broke his leg, and he was salty because he broke his leg 2 weeks before the playoffs, and we went on to win the Super Bowl. He wasn't part of it. Same thing with Tiki. He was salty because he wasn't there. But that's the only thing that taints that for me with him. And then he wasn't the same after he broke his leg. You know, he went to Carolina, New Orleans, and he just went. Peak Jeremy Shockey, his first 3 years. I mean, he was about as exciting of a player as I've ever seen as a tight end, especially. Yeah. I mean, he would just run guys over. Look at a Jeremy Shockey highlight when you get a chance, Zach.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, that guy was fun to watch.
Man,
there were a couple of guys
he's
that
no
were
David
like
Njoku, but I'll give it to him.
A couple guys that were flashing the pans, man. Like Benjamin Watson had
he was
two or
good.
three like
Yeah.
amazing seasons.
Yeah.
Jared Cook had a couple of really, really good seasons
Jared
back
Cook.
to back.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Fantasy,
Yeah.
one of those guys.
congrats on retiring, Gronk.
Always floating around.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
congrats.
maybe you actually are retired.
I hope he's retired for good. I do.
Yeah. All right, so let's go to our next pressing issue, and this
Logue.
is on the heels of those Eagles changing their logo.
You know,
AGLE 5 equal 5.
I wish the Eagles would just stay, just stay with what you are.
I think, let's be real, the new one looks shitty compared.
Yeah.
I mean, the new one looks like I picked the font.
Yeah.
On my, when I'm typing
It
something
looks like
out.
a 5.
It
Yes,
looks like they
5.
forgot to upgrade their windows for the team when they like the deadline was coming. They're like, oh shit, I didn't renew the subscription to Windows. Somebody quick bring up the old, the
Eagles almost
font.
had the most perfect offseason in the history of forever.
And then they screwed it.
They put that on there.
So do teams, franchises necessarily need to change their look, logos?
That
I
should be a
think
trash bag, is what that should be.
I think if you change it and everybody's like, yeah.
Keep
But
it.
How often
nobody's
does
saying-
that happen?
That is true actually, because when I think we would agree that the Rams have a pretty good, look right now.
Yeah.
Right? At first, man, they got trashed.
I
for
hate
it.
their white jersey though, because it's like
the bone
ivory
color.
Yeah, I hate that.
But that's a good point though, because I think this is going to be tarnished for a while. I don't
think so too.
And I think a franchise should listen and say, okay, just kidding. You guys seen the Sonic movie? The new Sonic movie?
Yeah.
Did you guys originally see what it was supposed to look like?
Wait.
Oh, the first one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I stop here and pause?
Why?
He's not seen Invincible,
I haven't seen. No,
but
wait.
he's seen Hot Sonic.
No, I actually haven't.
Bingo.
I haven't seen any of those Sonic movies, but my example to this is
I
when
get what
the
you're saying.
Sonic movie originally came out. God, that
The first
got
one, yeah.
dragged through the dirt, and they changed it for the better. Like,
Have you seen The Notebook?
Yes.
Oh my
Well,
God. You've seen The
have you
Notebook?
not seen the Notebook?
No, I have, but I've also seen Invincible.
Did
Okay,
you
that's
cry during the Notebook?
No.
Actually,
No, I
didn't
don't
think,
cry for
didn't-
stuff like
I didn't
that.
think the Notebook was as.
I cry for like
What do
family
you want?
family stuff
Yeah.
or like a
give me an
dad.
example.
Oh, you want to hear an embarrassing one? When I was 14, I cried in the movie theater watching Armageddon.
For
When Bruce Willis sacrifices himself and he's yelling at him, yeah, I
that's your dad. That's a situation right there. That gets you right.
yeah, but it's usually like family stuff. I don't romantic stuff. No, I won't even.
Yeah, no, romantic stuff
What
doesn't
makes
get
you
me.
cry?
Honestly, when like
When a nacho falls on the floor.
this is coming from a guy that eats corn dogs and shit in rest stops, whatever.
sorry.
For me, it's like when children
Good clap
succeed, when children succeed and like they exceed the expectations of what like their peers and their parents think of them.
Yeah.
That shit gets me every time. Like, believe it or not,
Example.
dude.
I had to give it one. Dude, fuck.
Yeah.
Go.
Any of those.
Pursuit of Happiness. The end of that movie, I cried.
Even any of those reality shows like
Oh,
fucking
no.
American Idol and shit like that.
Oh,
like when these like
no.
kids,
What?
America's Got Talent, dude. You ever watch one of those kids come out and they just bust it out and you're like, oh my god, that kid's gonna make his
No.
parents' life amazing.
Doesn't happen for me.
Oh, maybe you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it's just a selfish thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking my
You just
kids
want
are
your
gonna
kids
make
to do
me
that for you,
rich.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
I have kind of an embarrassing one. So like I think mine are more family tragedy. Like for example, I remember one time. You guys are gonna try and hit me with a joke here, but I remember I was home alone and I was going through Netflix and I was like, oh, what's like a movie or like a show that I can watch and no one's gonna like make fun of me for it? So I remember seeing I think it's Tyler Perry's Temptation, where
You set yourself up
Listen.
with Tyler Perry.
listen, where like I think I was like 16 or maybe 15, 14, I don't know. And I was watching it, and like, if you don't know the movie, it's where like someone cheats on somebody.
Don't spoil it.
Oh, no, spoiler it. And dude, I cried like a child, like
Oh my
a baby.
God.
Like, because I thought, imagine like that happened to my family. Like I would like everything would be torn apart. Like yeah, so I cried like a child,
God.
and I don't think like I've told anybody this actually.
There you go.
Well, now
Yeah.
you told
We're breaking
the world,
eggs.
yeah.
5,000 people.
Therapy.
So
What were we
logos.
talking about?
Logos.
But what makes us cry?
Why?
This makes me cry. I'm not a fan of this logo at all.
Yes.
I think it's shitty. I think that iconic sports
Solid
teams
segue.
like the Bears, if they rebranded, it would be terrible.
It'd be awful.
They have no reason to. The Eagles had no reason to
They
rebrand
didn't.
here.
No, they
100%.
didn't.
Teams like the Rams, when the Bucks brought Brady in, they had to rebrand. They had to change the logos. They had to make it Brady's team.
That
They
makes
won
sense,
Super Bowls
yeah.
afterwards. The Rams when they moved. The Jets when they rebranded, no need to. You're the same team.
I like when
Yeah.
teams add additional colors. Like
Yeah.
years ago when the Falcons added black.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, they had black
They brought it
before.
back.
Let's
but
talk
then they
about-
brought
Yeah.
it back. Like I like that. Or
Let-
like, when the Browns mix in,
The
they
problem
go
with
to,
the Eagles with changing this is that's the logo they had when they won the Super Bowl.
It's so
Yeah.
iconic.
I see that. I think of Brian
It
Dawkins.
doesn't look
Yeah.
like anything else in the league.
Yeah, exactly.
That's different. Like that Eagles looks like the Rams wording now.
I'll tell you, for me as a Giants fan, I hate the NY. I like the Giants.
So do I. I like the old
I
Giants.
think the NY looks. It's under like it's lowercase letters. It looks shitty.
It looks
to me.
lazy to me, honestly.
Yeah, I
So,
hate it. On
Outside
hats
of like
and everything.
colors and stuff, right? Like we can say a lot of teams have improved bringing colors into their uniforms aside from the Seattle Seahawks. But as far as
I
logos
like
are
their old ones better.
yeah, as far as logos are concerned, are there any logo changes that have happened that you're actually like, wow,
That you'd like.
yeah, that they're better than what
You
they
know
were?
what the Warriors. They used to have the guy like kind of looked like the eagle, and now the bridge with
Yeah.
the circle. I think that's better.
All
I
right.
think the new Cavs,
I didn't even think about that. I was just thinking football.
Oh,
I think
yeah,
the new
I thought we were
Cavs
talking about-
logo is better than the old Cavs logo, only because the old Cavs logo was really bad.
Like the only football one I
I
can think
actually-
of,
Rams.
Yeah, what were we gonna say?
the Falcons. I think I like the Falcons' new logo as opposed to the old one.
I actually think the Seahawks logo is better than the old logo. Jerseys are debatable, but
Well,
I
their-
like the
their
old Seahawks logo.
Their
I like
old
the
logo
new-
looked like that. It just said Seahawks.
I like the new Bulls.
No, it's the
new
bird
Bills
that was on the
logo
helmet.
compared to the old Bills
That's a
logo.
new
yeah.
one.
No, there was a
streamlined.
bird on the old helmet.
I
don't know.
Yeah, well, yes. So they.
I like
updated
the
that
old
too.
actual Seahawk than the new
Not-
Seahawk.
I mean, I think we're kind of sounding like a bunch of old crotchety men, but I think what we're saying is we like it. Stick
Old
with
what?
what you got.
Yeah, I think there's like a rhyme and a reason to rebranding. It's just a marketing 101 thing, I think. But when it comes to like just unnecessary thing, like this was unnecessary. It came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
There are teams that just don't need to do it. There are teams that need to stay to what they are because they will lose people because of it.
I think that there's iconic franchises, and then there are franchises that are less iconic.
The Titans, when the Titans changed a few years back,
Who cares?
Let them do it, and it looked good. But
Like you'll never see
Bears-
like the Dallas Cowboys will never change
never,
that logo.
And they don't
It
have to.
Exactly.
And,
the same
and you've
thing.
got, and honestly, the NFL, there's a lot of iconic franchises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I do. I consider the Giants. I consider the Bears.
The
I
Packers, if they
consider-
changed anything,
I think the Browns are iconic. They changed. They made their orange more orange.
yeah.
I get it. They are. We make fun of them, but they are. If they changed
no.
anything, it would be.
Yeah.
They're
Like
iconic.
I hated when they put like the Browns, the big.
They
I
can't.
hated that.
They can't add a logo. They have thought about it and tried.
Yeah, no, you
they
can't do
can't. Their helmets are logo.
Well, they need to go back to that little guy right there.
Yeah, little brownie guy.
That little son bitch right there.
On their merchandise would be cool. Yeah.
Well, they have some
This guy's
stuff like
scary.
that.
Tell me this guy didn't come at you at night. You wouldn't freaking hop back and cry,
Kind of looks like a keyboard elf.
make you cry.
It does look like
Yeah, we'll be
people
looking for cookies.
Yeah.
You know what? Now I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
bit
so-
hungry.
some of those Keebler grasshopper.
The
cookies.
Philadelphia Eagles, Jeffrey Lurie, Howie Roseman, please
Yeah.
go back to the old logo.
Yeah, this is shitty. It's not even.
Dude, go back before
Like,
that.
I
Go
can't
back
even
to the
respect
Eagle with
it.
the football,
Yeah.
man.
I think they
Can't
lost
even
a bet.
respect it like they
Yeah.
tried something new. They
I think
just,
they lost a bet.
What is that?
It just the S looks like a 5, and I can't.
I think
unsee
it was
now.
like they got like a grandkid. He's like 5. He said, "Grandpa," and that's what happened.
It looks
go
like
back.
it looks like they entered it like some kind of like fancy font, and just as they hit enter, like the whole system shut down and defaulted back to like analog, and it was like
the E's don't look
Eagles.
bad. Like the E's don't look bad, but it just isn't. There's nothing special
It's just
about
boring.
those words.
That looks intimidating.
That's amazing.
You walk into their stadium, they're all that black stadium. You see that over the archway. That's like
Batteries are coming at you.
You got it.
You're afraid.
Santa Claus
syphilis is in
dug
the air.
Santa
Right now,
Claus is dead on the floor.
Santa's gonna march down the goddamn field come Christmas and
People
not
eating
give a
shit
shit.
left and right.
All right.
We're a good team.
Speaking of that, let's go to our next.
Scoop,
That guy's an asshole.
All right. So who wants to take us in with this?
Well, what are we talking? Oh, the PGA Tour is the ass of the week.
Yeah.
You guys don't know about this?
I'm going to let you lead this.
Break it
stuff,
down.
'cause I
Why are
think
you
know
letting
more
me
than-
lead it,
I
guys?
think you know more than anybody.
Well, if you haven't heard, there's a new golf association called the Live Tour, and they have been poaching.
What does live mean, by the way, first?
I think it stands for the number of, it's Roman numeral for 54, right?
Yep, 54. Apparently only 3 rounds of golf.
Yeah, that's right. So the PGA Tour is losing some big names, and I think as we speak, 47 PGA players
That's a lot.
to play on the Live Tour, and we're talking about guys like Phil Mickelson, Brooks Koepka, help me out,
Dustin Thomas.
Dustin Thomas,
Or Dustin Johnson. Sorry.
Dustin Johnson, that guy. There's a few other guys.
The one that does the blow, the turn.
You think,
Not
I mean,
Justin
like,
Thomas, Dustin Johnson.
are there any rumors of like Tiger, like any, you know?
Well, Tiger, no, I don't think Tiger will because there's no need for him to. But the reason why PGA Tour is the ass here is because
They won't
those
change.
top end guys.
Yeah.
You're talking about, LeBron James gets whatever he's 35, 40 million a year before he plays a game. No matter what, win, lose, or draw. How do you have the top players in your game not getting paid unless they win a match, right?
Well, I mean,
And it's-
endorsements, but that's them on their own.
Well, LeBron gets endorsements too
Yeah.
on the side.
Yeah.
The problem is that, it was only a matter of time before another association had the bankroll. And what's crazy is that this organization, it's not even clear that they're going to make money off this.
Right.
It's more of this is Saudi money. They just want to take
Do it,
over. They
yeah.
want to have it.
They just got money.
Right. And so now you got your top players. If I'm looking at playing on the PGA Tour or the Live Tour, and Live we only have to play 3 rounds, and I'm getting paid $25 million.
It's an extra day off with your family. You're making money, win, lose, or draw.
Right.
So I get the fact that possibly you're taking some of the competition factor out of there, but I think over time you'll see that even out.
I don't think so,
because
though.
you're not going to get the endorsements that these top players would
Like
get.
I just said, Stephen Curry,
Yeah.
LeBron James, they get paid before the season starts. They're still very competitive. I don't think that's the thing. I think that the PGA has just had a monopoly on this for so long that they didn't have to change. There's a problem when your top players are getting paid or are going to have the ability to make around the same money as the 50th ranked player in the world.
Well, it's
too.
also a problem when you're in 2022 and you're still playing on courses that don't allow certain strains of people to walk through their doors. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Because there are. I mean, there are still some grandfathered in courses that,
Really? I didn't know that.
women are not allowed to golf Augusta. I'm almost not 100% positive, but I know that
should probably be.
that was always a knock on it.
Yeah.
I'll
And
check that.
yeah,
And then the big,
yeah.
I guess,
Augusta has
issue
no
with
women.
this is that Live is sponsored by groups of people that have, have
The
been
Saudi prince.
connected with some nefarious things.
Interesting.
But
So are the goddamn Brooklyn Nets. For crying
exactly.
out loud.
So is the NBA doing
But
business
China.
in China.
Augusta did allow their first women members. It was a proud moment, a significant and positive time in our club's history.
When was
That
it?
could-
2021.
Yeah, that was 2012.
So not.
But still, all right. So I get that they're updating, but just like everybody else, they're a
10
little
years
behind
late.
the times. That's the PGA Tour is the new Eagles logo versus
Wow.
the LIV.
No,
Tour
they were
is-
in trouble.
That's a stretch.
They're in trouble though. They are in trouble because
they gotta wake up.
if they go through a year of this tour, I think unless they change their pay structure and they're willing to do what they're doing, then they're going to be left in the dust because guys are going to go play here. And the more these they have legitimate top 10 player names going over there.
Well, and I think more and more will defect.
Oh yeah, because they
you
can
know.
still play in the majors over here. So
I
what
think
does it matter?
If you look at the definitive reason as to why the pay structures are like that, these are also individual sports versus team sports, right? So team sport, obviously, you need the collective to perform in order to play at your peak. Whereas golf, tennis is the same way. Those guys only win if they win. You know what I mean? And endorsements. So I think that's the catch is that they get you because it's an individual sport. So it's you going out there. I mean, you have to qualify for these tournaments.
Yeah.
And before you can do that, you even have to qualify for a card to even be able to qualify for a tournament.
Yeah, but
so I get that. You know, it's like, but
but the other side of the coin is that if I'm Tiger Woods and I'm at the Masters,
right.
hey, guess what? When I'm playing,
There's a big draw.
What's the millions in TV ratings that I bring?
Right.
And then you don't pay me for that. I only pay if I win.
Right.
So they never compensated for that value that the players hold.
At least that we know of.
Well, and some of the players, even because I know that there's a placement, so they get paid pretty far down.
Yeah.
But a lot of their pay doesn't even cover their expenses because you're having to pay for hotels, bring your caddy, So, Zach, do you like golf?
I want to get more into it. It's kind of like a hockey thing. Like they're both interesting to me. Like golf, I actually want to start like maybe playing a little bit. To be honest with you.
See, I want to get less into it.
Yeah. I have nothing.
Yeah.
I have no ties to it right now.
Well, it comes with the territory. You're an old, rich white guy.
No,
like, you have to like golf.
I would like to get into golf.
The government injects that into your fucking body every time you go to the hospital.
I don't like golf, actually. I really don't like golf. I find it boring. Have you played it?
I like the culture of golf, as far as like
it takes a lot of time.
I've wanted to try it, but I haven't.
I'll go with you because we'll both be bad.
Well, why don't we just go to Topgolf and like eat and drink and hit
Here's an idea. We can all go.
That sounds better.
We can all go because I've actually played golf and got semi-decent.
I'm sure you did.
And it's the most frustrating sport in the world. We'll all shoot in the 150s and above. I guarantee. Golf is so incredibly, and it's the most difficult thing I've ever done.
It takes 5 hours.
I could argue that.
I gotta pay you like $100 to do it. It's like 1,000 degrees,
depending.
It's Florida.
Tell me
about.
like.
Well, that's where we're at.
Sell me
golf with the boys just sounds fun. You just take one of the carts.
That's true, but there's like 15 other things you can do with the boys.
Yeah, but Top Golf with the boys, more fun. Under air conditioning,
way better.
Eating wings and drinking beers.
No, let me tell you something. In the Northeast, when it's like late spring, early summer, it's
different.
like 70 some degrees.
Yeah, but we're not there.
We're not there.
You're smoking a little smoky smoke, and you're drinking some fucking back nine beers. It's a fun time, dude. You're just hanging with the boys.
Here's my point. I get what you're saying, but you could actually do all those things anywhere else.
You could, but
there's nothing like specifically about the game of golf that's like, this makes it awesome.
But now
it's just another thing to do while you're drinking
yourself in your
and
adult body where
clothing.
There's not very many things where you can now be competitive, right? So as men, we're competitive by nature.
Speak for yourself.
It'd be like if we went and got in a softball league and we were allowed to do all those things, right? You know, like
they have those softball leagues.
They do. But golf is like that, only you don't have to be in a league to do it. You can just hey, everybody got $35 for the Tuesday afternoon special.
Sounds like loser mentality, Mark. I gotta be honest with you, but I get what you're saying.
Let me go to our next section.
Sounded fun.
I'm
Ron Burgundy. You stay classy, San Diego. I'm Ron Burgundy. You stay classy, San Diego.
What is that?
It's golf.
What is that dance?
It's golf.
Guess who saw, and I don't want to take time on this, but guess who saw Anchorman for the first time the other day?
You did.
Yes.
For the first time?
Yes.
And it rocked your world.
I've seen enough of Anchorman bits and pieces to feel like I've seen the movie, but from start to finish, I literally saw the movie the first time like maybe 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
I'm not even angry.
What was your favorite line?
Thank you.
What was your favorite line?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, there's so
He's got to rewatch it.
Yeah, I'd have to rewatch it. I've only seen
Anchorman 2, underrated.
Yeah.
Anchorman 2 is severely underrated.
Anchorman 2 reminds me of the other guys where the more you watch it, the more quotes and stuff you find.
Yes,
oh, my God. Fair.
I tell you what, the best line in Anchorman 1 might be in the outtakes.
Well, I mean, there's a lot.
Outtakes are always funny.
When they're going out of the show and he's
just say the line.
Well, he's arguing with the gosh, what's her name? No, I can't remember her name. But he's like,
Christina Applegate.
I'm gonna hit you right in the uterus.
In the uterus.
I'm gonna hit you right in the uterus.
Dorothy Mantooth is a saint. There's so many quotable lines.
Dirty pirate.
Yeah. I'm gonna put you on Whore Island.
Jesus.
Just everything about that is funny.
Inappropriate
now.
Yeah.
You got to watch Anchorman 2.
No, I've seen Anchorman 2.
Oh, okay.
So who is our class of the week? Stay classy. We were not classy in that last couple sentences, but
we were
our
not.
Classy is
Dejounte Murray.
Dejounte Murray.
First of all, underrated NBA player in general.
Yes.
Deserves a lot more flowers than he does, and with the team around him, going to be like
I'm going to play some music and see if we can get Phil to cry here because it's about a dad.
Wow.
It's that time again.
Please turn that shit off.
Phil's just moving in.
Yeah, so who wants to highlight Dejounte Murray for what he did?
No, to be honest, I watched this video yesterday and read that, and I showed it to my wife because I thought this is pretty awesome. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah.
But what he says, I mean, there's some profound stuff. Stop playing that. Okay, now as a man, just like yourself with dad issues, right? I mean, it meant a lot to hear somebody say that. I mean, he's saying things that we should all talk about.
Yeah,
He's getting a little
get backhanded.
You know, I'm being honest. I mean,
No,
it's
this is
admirable.
what he said. It is admirable.
You know what? I think
It's
it is
not too late.
You never need to ever text and have capital.
Now, can we have a discussion before you make a joke? There's men in this country. We need to be able to say things like this and not feel judged. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Especially between a son and a father, right? You can play it under that. Especially between a son and a father, stuff like this is not highlighted enough.
I agree, 100%. Now
I
it's
wish
time
I
for a
just
joke.
had the music and not me saying it's that time.
That's funny.
ahead.
I will say that it's classy that we actually highlighted somebody else that's not on the show, unlike some humble some bitch
From
last week that highlighted himself as class of the
he
week.
can highlight for what he did. He can highlight that.
That's a good segue.
Oh man,
Yeah, I can tell you what, I deserve that. I tell you that right now. So is that leading us into our next?
Yeah, that's what he was doing.
Let's puck with Phil Pasquale.
oh shit, I like that.
I didn't have
God, you really don't watch the
he
show.
doesn't watch
Mark's
the
first
show.
It's like the
hearing
fourth time we've done this segment.
If
wanna hear it again?
If I
'Cause it's
No,
good.
don't hit it.
gave you a list of the shit that I've done in the last like 2.5 weeks, you guys would be impressed.
This guy thinks he's the only guy that's busy, right?
He's like,
No,
as I
I'm
said,
not
he's like your brother.
I'm
Yeah,
not
he is.
saying
I'm the only
that.
one with kids.
I got kids.
I'm the only one that works.
Listen,
I'm not working.
I'm not
Wait till you
saying
see
that.
this.
I'm just saying
You're not working though, right?
It doesn't matter, dude. I have to put in
It kinda-
family. I have to put in family time after I'm done doing what I'm doing.
Everybody does.
Exactly. So that cuts out this
No,
show
that's to be fair.
extra.
Because like when I get done with work, I just go into a hole and I
Don't
don't
be nice.
I don't talk to my family at all.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. We're pieces of shit. I didn't even get a card on Sunday. So
Oh wow.
You didn't get a card?
no, I did. That was a joke.
Oh okay. I haven't
Of
actually.
course, I got a card.
Bad.
I'm the
I haven't
guy.
seen my dad.
What was Sunday?
Like I haven't seen him for
look at
Father's
this.
Day.
I didn't
yeah.
have time for it.
But that's not really
What,
my fault. Though.
what are you getting your dad?
He was working. Just like Father's Day stuff.
music.
You know how it is.
There it is.
Yeah. I love you, Dad. Happy Father's Day.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, you're
So
dead.
we went to Game 6.
I know. We were the Death Angels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had a good time though.
We almost died.
No, listen. On like in the hierarchy of good nights,
Yeah.
except for the Rangers. And by the way, I'm a Rangers fan now.
Thank you.
Screw the Bolts.
Yeah, I hate them.
I'm not rooting for Tampa.
They're my second most hated team right now.
Listen,
Tampa, yeah.
those
Dallas,
fans.
really? Cowboys, then Tampa Bay Lightning.
I got to be honest with
Holy
you.
shit.
That's
we-
the second time they knocked us out of a conference final.
Well,
Wow, that's huge, though.
And I got to
dick.
say that the fans behind us were really nice.
Yeah.
The general overall, like I felt like leaving the stadium,
It was pretentious.
there was some,
3 years.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah.
at
You know,
me.
Yeah, I can see them. But they're probably like,
yeah, I was just like,
They don't know how to handle it.
you know what? It was seemed like a crowd of Jared Kings.
Oh, and that's the worst.
Yeah, as we
worst
were
thing
like
you
just
could do.
walking out. It just did. No, it just did. A bunch of big-headed Zeppelin.
Oh, and that was the worst. That he was all of a sudden the Lightning
Yeah.
fan out of nowhere. The fuck out of here. Now he's a Lightning fan.
But we did have a great time.
We did have a
It
good
was
time.
great. It was a fun
Free
time.
drinks.
First hockey game, right?
you guys look like you
Yeah.
had a blast. You
Yeah.
fucking jerk offs.
Was that your first real hockey
Yeah,
game too,
first
right?
real
Yeah,
hockey
me too.
game.
Only
Yeah.
game that you went to. We went to Lake Erie.
The Lake
River
Erie
Monsters.
River Monsters.
Hockey's exciting when you're there.
Yeah.
When you're
I just
there,
felt like
hockey's amazing.
Cheering, like
I think I kind of understood it more by the end.
I explained you some.
Yeah.
There's not a lot. There's just like three main things you got.
We explained a lot to Zach, but I don't know that he,
didn't
understood
remember.
it.
Zach
so-
was
yeah,
yeah.
I had fun.
Zach had a good time.
he did. Yeah.
What I will say about Tampa, though, man, like, did anybody else get that feel 3 years ago when they made the conference finals and the Stanley Cup for the first time? Like, in our area, because again, we're in Central Florida, so we're an hour from that.
So I was there.
No, I'm telling you. I
No,
know.
no, I'm
I
saying,
know
I'm
you
saying,
are.
I'm just saying I was there. Yeah.
So it's cool to see the community get behind this.
Yeah.
And it was like they were so appreciative that
It was
first
cool the
year.
first time, yeah.
Now I feel like 3 years later, like, oh yeah, we're the class of the NHL, and like they're like you said, total like pretentious fucks.
They have
about
like
it.
4 Rangers
So now,
players on their team too.
Every time I see a goddamn banner hanging, like I want to piss on it. I don't care how high up it is. I'll buy a ladder and I will piss on your fucking banner because you've gone pretentious, man. Be humble. Be humble.
I'm sorry, I should have laid out, but I like the Rays more than I like them right now.
I like the Rays more.
I love the Rays.
If the Rays were to make the World Series 3 straight years, they'd do the same shit there.
Their fans, the Rays fans, have a bit of...
They don't show up.
They have a bit of... But the ones that do, they have a bit of the Browns where they're like, oh my God, the other shoe's going to drop mentality, which is preferable to arrogance.
Can I just be honest though?
Yeah.
I was out for dinner Saturday night. I was in the St. Pete Clearwater area.
Yeah.
And we were watching the game. Just happened. I didn't even plan it. The game just happened to pop on while we're sitting down for dinner. And got Bolts fans all around.
That
was the 7-0 shit pump, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God! I thought I was gonna get jumped in there because every time they scored, the first period it was 4-0 at the end.
Let's talk about this.
Yeah, and you know what? The Lightning came. They responded 6-2. But if I'm a betting man, if anybody's a betting man, I'm taking Colorado in Game 4 tomorrow.
Well,
the
I think
Avalanche
you
also
said the
had
Avalanche have the best player
In the series, yes.
And they had the best record in the NHL this year, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Didn't
they have like 4 losses? Like they were ridiculous this year.
I think, all bias aside, I think the Rangers would have matched up better with them because they're younger, they're faster. Lightning more experienced. They knew how to take control of that series. I think they got the. I didn't think they were going to win last night. I thought if they were going to win, it would be last night. But I just don't think they have the horses to keep up with them anymore. I mean, those guys, McKinnon, McCarr, they're like.
They're going to have to win last night.
You guys haven't seen those guys, but
night.
Go watch a 10-minute highlight on a couple of those guys.
No, I've seen it, and I'm trying to get into hockey more. But Colorado beat Edmonton to get here too, right? And like Edmonton's no slouch.
No.
Like, Edmonton's got Connor McDavid, who's
no. Actually, they beat Calgary. Calgary beat
Edmonton.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But
so what's your call?
I mean,
your call is that
so they're coming
the
from
Avalanche
like a serious.
I say I'm taking
4-1.
I'm gonna try to place an illegal bet on DraftKings tonight and take the Avalanche to win Game 4 tomorrow. Yeah. And I think they go home and then win it in 5.
Okay, so you think 4-1?
Yeah. I agree.
I do think Tampa will find a way to pull one more game out. Just because Tampa has a lot of fight.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I like the Tampa Bay Bolts. I don't like the fans.
Yeah, I don't like the fans either.
Yeah. It's not the.
I don't hate the team either.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it's a
team
fan
I
base.
respect.
It's a fan base.
Because listen, if they were to win another one, that's
Oh, my
impressive.
Yeah.
It's impressive. You got to give it to them.
I'm just saying, Tampa is kind of doing to me what Philly did. Being in Central Florida, Tampa's pushing me towards fucking Jacksonville to start rooting for like Jacksonville teams and start rooting for Miami teams. Like I'd almost rather root for the Miami Panthers.
How much of that is he drinking?
Well, they're the Florida Panthers, but
Pretty a
But
lot.
they play in Miami.
Now you're
they play
talking
in
like
Sunrise.
now you're
like
talking
right
like
outside
Zach at
Miami.
a
That's
Lightning game.
Come on, guys.
Don't worry, I'll find my way back to the show. I've been going for 3 weeks. I'll find my way back.
I did get lost.
All right.
But I found my way home.
Let's go to our next section here.
That's it.
which is okay.
Oh, that's I forgot about that.
Yeah, forgot about the fire.
Yeah, that's a 2-hour special.
Fuck a bitch.
That was
Wow.
that was bad.
Good timing.
Okay, so
Was that
yeah.
was that on there? Or did you just say it?
I just said it. I'll take it out. Don't worry, guys.
Golden State wins. They win 4 out of the last 8 seasons.
Yeah.
I hate Golden State, but I got to give it to them.
I don't hate Golden State.
I don't.
I don't.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Here's what bothers me.
Wait.
I respect Steph Curry. I respect Klay Thompson. We all know what I think of Draymond.
Draymond
I don't like
mom.
Draymond Green either.
The guy is not as good as his mouth is big.
No, it's not that you don't like Draymond. You don't like Draymond's mom.
I don't like his
Let's go
mom.
there.
But
I don't think Draymond does. After
We're still
what he
trying to
said.
find the receipts. Do you know I got back to like 2 months before that alleged conversation went down? I
Yeah,
scoured the
for a
internet.
minute, yeah.
it's
Anyway, go
listen,
on.
it's there. She dislikes me, and for what I said,
She knows you.
No, she does. She knows
She
me
doesn't
as a
know you.
nameless.
Yeah.
But for what I
nobody.
said,
But she's seen a picture of you, so she can infer just like that.
for
One
what
woman
I
in the Deshaun
said,
Watson
I
case.
probably deserve her hate. But Steph, I'm so sick of people telling me how, he's he's not arrogant at all. Get out of my
Who says
face.
that?
All the guys at the store. He's the most
But wait,
arrogant.
I don't think I've
wait, hold
ever
on.
seen. Dude, there's other guys that work at Chick-fil-A. I've never seen a dude in Chick-fil-A.
They're on the
But
back.
so let me ask you something. It bothers you that he's arrogant?
Yes.
Why? That's the culture of basketball. When you play, like I know you're a white guy, so
Is Steph that arrogant?
but when you play street ball, you play ball.
But
That's part of playing basketball.
But he plays that he's not arrogant.
How does he do that?
He's a Christian.
So you can't be a Christian and be arrogant?
You're not supposed
You're arrogant and you're Christian.
Get him.
It's fair.
Yeah, cut the bullshit.
I'm not playing basketball.
But he is exactly. So that's even more reason for him to be arrogant.
when I think arrogant, I don't think Steph though. To be honest with you,
No, he is. When he plays, he hits a shot. He does his thing. But
Yeah.
I think that's what makes basketball
yeah.
Anyway,
what it is, entertaining.
This is what
The
I gotta
hate-
say.
Come on,
4 out of 8.
Draymond deserves it.
Hey,
But
4 out of 8, I got to give it to them.
Yeah.
I do. Listen, I got to give it to them. Which of their teams, which of those 4 were the greatest? Or which of the last 8? What do you guys think?
Almost Kevin.
You think that's the best team?
which one out of all their teams? I do think the team that
yeah.
won the 73 games.
Yeah.
It's probably their best team.
But they didn't win that year though.
No.
Well, Draymond Green kicked somebody in the nuts, right?
Yeah,
that was 2016.
So that's I
that
agree
not
with
the
you.
year?
2016, they were the best team. They were up 3-1. They lost the series.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
I thought that was the best team.
I think that was their best team, but can you call them the best team if they lost?
Isn't that what the
No.
question's kind of asking though?
I don't think
Yeah.
they. I don't
Yeah,
think
I mean,
you
you
can.
I mean,
Okay.
they were up 3-1. Draymond gets suspended. He doesn't play that game. I mean, do they not win that next game?
Yeah, but the best team can recover and win one more.
Yeah. You're up 3
Maybe.
games.
I mean, they also playing
Two
the
of
best
those-
player,
2 of those games were in
arguably
Golden State.
ever.
Hmm.
You know?
Yeah, but it took like
It's
I mean,
super,
a block
super
that
effort.
you've never seen before and a shot
Damn
that
right.
we still talk about to
Damn
beat them.
right. Damn right.
I don't know. I mean, I still think they're the best team. They won 73 games.
What year did he win unanimous MVP?
Excuse me?
The year that Curry
Unanimous?
won unanimous
Unanimous?
MVP.
You said
You said
Unanimous.
it was like
Unanimous.
he combined unanimous and
And
penis.
Uranus.
Unanimous.
When did that eunuch win the MVP?
You penis.
That was it that year?
No.
He won back-to-back MVPs. The second one was
but
unanimous.
unanimous.
I think it was that year.
Let me see.
Unanimous.
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 Can you say millennium?
Millennium.
Okay. I knew a kid that couldn't say millennium for to save his life.
So now you're calling out people with speech impediments?
Yeah.
You,
Wow.
Yeah, I am.
you're a sick
Hey, that's what we all
bastard.
did in school. We made fun of them. We all did it. Shut up.
Whatever. Your voice cracks.
Were you the one?
Your voice ratioed. Okay.
All right, come on, Rocky. Jeez.
He won. Yeah, it
Holy
was actually
shit.
2016. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
So, I don't know.
All right, so yeah, I think that was the best team. They just
Okay.
didn't win.
Yeah. I would actually say
The Patriots 2011 team, was that not the best team they probably had? Didn't win.
who beat them.
The Giants.
We got something going for us. Boom. Yeah.
I'm just saying,
What
they
was
didn't
that?
win.
Wait, you're a Giants
know.
fan all of a
Yeah,
sudden?
what was
I took
The
it.
Cavs took out
Okay,
the
okay,
best
okay.
team.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
Giants took out the best.
Oh.
one.
It was weird.
That's a fucking
Yeah.
shit.
It was weird. I
Yeah.
didn't feel it, but
Yeah,
I took the. I'm taking the
You feel
pound.
now, right?
He's
Yeah, I
taking
get
the
it.
pound.
I get it.
You are taking the pound.
I'm taking
If
the
Rocky's
pound.
giving the pound up, Phil's taking it.
Hey.
Oh yeah, and I'm built for it.
You know, I'm a strategic
You are built
thinker.
for
My
it.
mind goes a little quicker. I'm sorry, I didn't.
Yeah,
I
they're a
didn't
little
pull you
slow
guys
over
in.
there.
Shorter legs, you don't even have to kneel down.
Excuse me. Nah, see, you're taking it too far.
We are. Can you tell we all 4 have not been the same?
I'm back, bitches.
Hey, did you guys see that right there? My daughter wrote that for me.
No, I
Oh, it's
love
cute.
you. Actually, I thought I said Dodd at first, but then it made more sense when it was
What do you mean? There's the little accent on the
I
A.
saw it now. Yeah.
Phil just wrote it with his left hand and says that his daughter did it.
No, it was
love
my
you, dude.
daughter, and you don't talk about my daughter because I'll fucking
You're right.
kill you.
You're right. Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm just glad she didn't pluralize dads.
I love you, dads.
Wow. Wow.
Hey.
That deserves a smack.
That's all right. His kids are on the cutting board now. All right. Is that the show?
Thanks for
You ready to sign out?
It
Yeah.
It's a 2-hour special.
Hey
here, boys.
guys, it was a great show. Thanks for showing up. You can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube specifically. Like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. If you got a comment, say it. If you think Mark's stupid, say it. We all do. But we're glad to have you back.
Thanks. Glad to be back.
Yeah.
This is fun. I missed this shit.